There's a local Ojibwe saying, if a young woman makes her way to the church of our elders, she will return one day with her husband. Don't put any money on me. But it's true.
Tease, I know I said I wouldn't leave Alaska until I visited some sacred grounds, but I just can't. Are those ceremonial drums?
Yes, but the sounds are deceiving here. It's 2 more miles upriver.
2 miles? Oh, I haven't even got this far. What's 2 little miles?
I told him that you wanted to take pictures and that you've come to give him a gift of thanks. He thanks you. He gives you this necklace to remember them, and it will protect you.
Thank you.
Oh, damn. There's a telephone about 3 miles down the river, near where we put the canoe in the water.
Oh, tomorrow I'll be back in Denver slugging out a light beer campaign, fighting for my place on the corporate ladder. You'd think they could wait.
You dislike your work?
Oh, I love advertising. Sometimes I wonder why. Do you have a Sherry Winslow there? I was notified she was in an auto accident. Well, what's her condition? Yes, I'm her sister. Well, could you please connect me to her room? Well, why? What's wrong with her? Well, who can answer my questions? Oh.
Attention passengers, we'll be landing in Denver in 10 minutes.
What happened? Oh, honey. She's gone. She's gone. She's gone. Oh, she can't be dead. No. She can't be. Where is she? Where is she? I want to see her.
She had severe internal injuries. They wanted to operate to stop the bleeding, but when she saw the consent form and realized that there was a substantial risk to the baby, she refused.
I beg your pardon.
The procedure could have been a long one. There was a chance.
What baby?
She was just beginning her 7th month of pregnancy. They were able to deliver her child by cesarean section, but I'm afraid they don't hold much hope for him.
Yeah. Boy. Excuse me. Take you home.
No, not yet. You go ahead.
I don't want to leave you here.
She asked to be cremated.
Take care of it.
She wants the ashes in California near the cottage.
Why didn't you tell me she was pregnant?
Because I didn't know. Not until I picked her up at the airport.
Who's the father?
She wouldn't say. And now I don't want to know.
You remember last Christmas she was madly in love?
She was always madly in love.
No, but this was different. She made him sound like some sort of Howard Hughes. I sort of wrote it off.
She was determined to have that baby. And it was all for nothing. She's gone.
May I help you?
I'd like to see Sherry Winslow's baby. I'm his aunt.
I'm sorry. No visitors.
Oh,
My sister died about an hour ago. And I know that she wouldn't want someone to touch him. Please, would you let me do that for her?
Your mother paid a gigantic price for your life. Don't be too quick to let it go. Give him a name at least. Kevin, our uncle.
Hey, kiddo. Kathy told me you came in. What the hell are you doing here?
I'm not staying. I'm on my way to Sacramento.
Well, take all the time you need.
A couple of days.
Are you sure? I know it doesn't always seem like it, but we can muddle through. The Alaska material was incredible.
Chris! Out here! Oh, they didn't. Not Sherry, not in that.
Christine? What are you looking for?
The big funnel. I swear he smiled at me.
Obviously, he thinks you're hysterical. The doctor said he'll be here for at least a month. You'll have plenty of time to get ready.
Oh, I'm not taking it.
No.
Well, trust me, I'll examine whoever does under a microscope.
Oh, I guess I just assumed.
Well, listen, I neglect my cat. I work 12 hours a day. I'd make a lousy mother.
That's kind of sad. You seem to have such a connection with him.
Molly, can you come here for a second?
And the other children are...
Sandy's 3 and Tommy's 9. Both were adopted as infants.
We always wanted 3.
How do you think they'd respond to a new baby?
Like any natural family, It'll take some time, but the kids will figure out that it isn't going to change much.
Other than that, their mother and I won't be getting any sleep for a couple of months, and they won't be going anywhere. And Sandy will be giving up her bed, not to mention her spot in Ellen's lap. And Tommy will have to share his Pop Tarts.
It'll be an adjustment. They'll handle it.
What would you ask if you were me?
I guess I'd ask if it would be all right to come and see him. And I'd say yes.
Hello? When? I'll be right there. Where's Kevin?
In microsurgery on 3.
Chris, how's he doing?
He's still in surgery. Harris's were here. They just went for some coffee.
They called me, Chris. They're backing out.
Well, they can't be. They were right here.
They were heartbroken, but under the circumstances, they decided, well, they wanted a healthy child.
Well, now we're gonna have to start all over again.
Chris.
Miss Winslow? That kid's hell-bent to hang around. He's got a long, slow recovery. His lungs are about 2/3 of what they should be. And I'm not saying that he's not going to be having digestive problems. But he's one tough customer.
Can I see him?
Very briefly.
I know he looks frail, but his vital signs are better than ever.
I admit right now I'm all he's got. The new parents decided to pass.
Why do you want to put him up for adoption?
I'm an executive. I don't know how to be a mother.
The minute you walked in here and leaned over this incubator, you became Kevin's mother. I saw it, Chris.
Molly thinks I'm your mom, Kev. You're giving me another chance, aren't you, kiddo? You think you're pretty clever, don't you? He's looking right at me, Molly. He's looking right at me.
Yes, he really is.
I wanted to breathe for him. I wanted to keep his heart beating. I've never been so terrified in my life.
Hey, Mom, Grandma's got lunch.
Where'd you leave Grandma?
She's at a table. Come on.
Kevin. Grandma's got lunch.
Once a year, she lets me eat a hot dog.
Oh, who is she?
That's it. It's Mom. Kevin says he's gonna marry Lisa.
I thought it was Danielle.
I changed my mind.
That boy's gonna pay some heavy alimony if he's not careful.
What's alimony? It's what a rich person pays you when you get divorced.
Never mind.
Except my mom won't even get married.
Oh, don't start, Kevin. Well, what do you say if after we finish eating, we all go home and have some cake and ice cream?
And open my presents
What presents?
and tell my story. What story? How my mom got me.
Again?
Ha, tell the story, Mom. Tell the story.
Well, I was in Alaska working on a project, and I was canoeing down the river.
She was president of a big company.
I wasn't the president, Kevin.
But you were very important.
Oh, yes, very well. Anyway, my beeper went off, and I came straight back here.
And you were so surprised because you didn't even know my first mom had a baby.
That's right. And there you were, lying wide awake in the nursery.
And when he saw me, I was crying so hard the windows ran.
Who's telling the story?
And you had to cover your ears, right, Molly?
Right, right.
Sure.
So, this tycoon from Topeka we're meeting.
Adnan.
Right. Adnan. What does he want from you?
A city?
A city? In Kansas?
No, in the Saudi Arabian desert.
A little warm, isn't it?
Well, we're going to put a bubble over it and air condition it for him.
You are not.
Yeah. Where did you get that painting?
Which painting?
The one in the window, the man on the horse. Where'd you get it?
Mason, on consignment from Colorado.
Yeah, but where can I find the artist?
I believe she's deceased.
What?
Well, the work was consigned by a family member. Hold on.
Who is it? Who painted it?
Sherry.
Sherry Winslow, born 1962, died 1991. We have another of her paintings. Would you care to see it?
1991.
That's what it says here.
Let's get out of here.
Kevin, have you put your bike away?
I'm going to.
Right now. Hello?
Hello, my name is Mason Whitney. I'm looking for Sherry Winslow.
I'm sorry, Mr. Whitney, but Sherry passed away several years ago.
Yeah, I just recently heard that. I guess I was hoping it wasn't true.
Well, it's true.
Is this Mrs. Winslow?
No, this is Sherry's sister. How did you know Sherry?
Well, we were very close. It was some time ago.
I'm sorry.
So am I. More than you can imagine.
When exactly did you know my sister?
About 7 years ago, probably not too long before she died.
And how long were you?
More than enough time for me to have fallen in love with her. We were together about 6 months. I only wish I knew what happened. All those years, I thought, well... Hey, thanks again for your time.
You're welcome. Bye, Mr. Whitney.
Goodbye.
This is terrific.
I just spoke to Kevin's father.
What?
You heard me.
How do you know it was him?
I know. He said enough. Mason Whitney.
Oh, after all this time, that bastard.
You know his name?
He doesn't know about Kevin. What did he want?
He was asking about Sherry. Mother, how can you be so sure he doesn't know about Kevin?
Trust me on this one, Christine.
No. No, you answer me.
Open the top drawer over there. Take out the satin bag.
What's this? I thought everything was in storage.
Not everything. She must have written it just before she...
Mason Whitney. You didn't mail it?
No. It was with the things the hospital gave me. And it was too painful. I didn't even go through the bag until after you brought Kevin home. And then I couldn't mail it. Read it, you'll understand.
Mason, it's very hard for me to write. I've really missed you. I kept hoping you'd stop being afraid of your feelings, change your mind and come find me, but you didn't. Brace yourself for a shock. When I asked you to marry me, I didn't tell you everything. I knew I was pregnant, but I also knew about your medieval sense of honor. You would have said yes, and it would have been for the wrong reason. How could you not mail this, Mother?
Keep reading.
Dumb me, I never planned on dying. It's going to be a boy. My family will see to it that he gets a good home. But I've always believed if you had given marriage a chance, we could have made an incredible life together. And you'd have been a wonderful father. Now I am leaving you the option. You can let my family know your decision. You made me perfectly happy for a long time. Loving you still gives me profound joy. Peace. What in God's name were you thinking?
I know who Mason Whitney is. He's a corporate shark. He's a rich opportunist.
Oh, please.
He hurt Sherry. He never tried to find her. And she died. She died trying to bring that baby into the world he did not deserve to know. And what about you? You belonged with Kevin. By the time I read that letter, you were already his mother. And you loved him so much, Chris. It was the right thing for that little boy and for you. I believed it then, and I believe it now.
What if you hadn't survived your stroke? No one would ever have known the truth.
Sorry I'm late, Will. Oh, thanks. I'll see you when I get back. I hate to make you speed to the airport.
No problem. Picked up your mail when I packed your bags.
Thanks a lot.
Surprise.
Oh, make me a happy guy. Tell me you're coming with me.
You know I'd come if I could. Problem is I'm indispensable. Just not to you.
You don't know how lucky you are. Probably take terrible advantage of you.
Say the word, I'll take my chances.
So how'd you find Will?
You forget. I'm very resourceful.
No, I don't forget.
What is it? Mason.
Kevin?
I'll get it.
See who it
his first.
Okay. Who is it?
Mason Whitney.
Hi. I bet you're Kevin.
Yep.
Nice to meet you.
I better go get my mom.
Could you wait a minute, buddy?
Yeah, but I can't open the screen.
That's okay. You're a pretty big guy for 7 years old, aren't you?
More medium, I think.
Medium.
Chris. Mason Whitney is downstairs.
What? Are you sure?
Yes.
You look like you're having a sad feeling.
Nah.
Yeah, you are.
I was just thinking about somebody. You remind me of her. She had hair and eyes just like yours.
I'm supposed to look like my first mom. She's dead.
Yeah, I know. I knew her. So where's your dad?
I don't get one.
Why not?
Sometimes you don't.
Wouldn't you like a dad?
Of course.
Can I help you?
He's her. His face. It's Sherry's.
He's Mason.
Kevin, go upstairs.
But Mom.
Right now, please.
Can I come in? I got the letter yesterday, postmarked Denver 3 days ago.
Yes, I'm sorry. It was a miscommunication.
Well, why now? Because I called? Because you thought I'd figure it out?
No, because I only found the letter 3 days ago. Let's leave it at that. Why did you come here?
Well, what did you expect me to do?
Not this.
Well, then why send the letter?
Because once I found the letter, I thought it was the honorable thing to do.
Look, you adopted Kevin. You're his mother. I'm not here to mess with that.
Thank you.
But I do want to provide for him.
Well, I've been taking care of him, and we're fine.
What, by selling Sherry's paintings?
How do you know about that?
I saw one in a gallery. That's how I found you here in the first place. I know a lot, Miss Winslow. I know you quit a promising career when Kevin was born. You freelance at home. Your mother had a stroke 18 months ago. That's put quite a financial burden on the family. You make about...
I know what I make. Listen, I'm on a deadline right now. If I need anything, Mr. Whitney, I have your address in Sacramento. I'll drop you a note.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Miss Winslow.
I thought you'd be back in Sacramento.
This isn't a whim. Kevin's trust account. You can draw whatever you need to cover his expenses. My local attorney's name and address. Draw up an itemized list of any previous expenses. Some you'll have to estimate.
Now, slow down. You can't make up for 7 years in 5 minutes.
I'll see to it that you're reimbursed with interest.
I told you, I don't want your money.
And I'd like to set up some regular schedules to see Kevin.
Now, wait a minute.
Don't you want your son to have a father?
You know, that's a very dramatic word. I love the way it catches in your throat. And biology aside, you're not Kevin's father. He can't imagine you. He doesn't even know that you exist.
Sherry loved me. You read the letter.
She wasn't the greatest judge of men, from what I can gather. You didn't exactly move heaven and earth to find her, did you?
I didn't know there was a baby. She knew I didn't want children.
Then I don't get it. What are you doing here?
I don't see why you're so threatened.
You don't?
No, and after this week, I'm going to stay here in Denver and...
I don't think that Kevin would like that. In fact, I know that I definitely wouldn't.
I'm growing less concerned with what you think, Miss Winslow.
I might be a tad more open to this if I thought that you at least cared about how Kevin feels.
Sherry loved you, and I'm trying very hard to respect that. You know, I'm not suggesting that Kevin's not yours, but the fact remains he's also mine.
Well, I don't happen to see it that way.
I'd like to see him this Saturday morning. I'll limit my preliminary visits to 2 hours once a week.
I guess I'm supposed to be shaking in my boots?
No, you're supposed to be fair.
Well, who are you to dictate to me what's fair?
You have my number.
Oh, boy, do I ever. So he shows up barking orders, and you're telling me to cooperate?
I'm telling you, if you don't, my experience has taught me that he'll take you to court. He's a powerful man. Is there any doubt in your mind that he's Kevin's father?
No.
Well, they can demand a lot more than 2 hours a week, and he may very well get it. Your mother deliberately withheld a letter that not only establishes paternity, but clearly states that Sherry wanted Mason Whitney to raise Kevin.
No, she gave him an option, that's all.
Suppose his lawyers convince the court that you purposely did not send that letter. Your adoption is permanent, but that doesn't mean Mason can't make a hell of a case for joint custody.
Joint custody? Can he get that?
Look, just don't let it get that far.
All right, he wants his visit, he gets his visit. But I'm going with him.
I'll see what I can do.
We're going to the park tomorrow.
With Molly and Zoe?
Not this time. Mason's coming with us. You remember him?
Yeah. That's kind of weird, though.
Why's that?
You hated him.
Well, no, I didn't.
He just surprised your mother, Kevin.
Then how come we're going? Is this a date or something?
Oh, no.
Then how come?
He wants to spend some time with you, get to know you better. Mason Whitney's your father, Kevin.
Really?
Really?
Now I know why he was almost crying. He was so glad to see me.
That's right.
I never even knew I had a dad.
But he was in Sacramento.
You still could have told me.
Didn't know where he was.
Huh. And he's taking me to the park?
That's right.
Does he know I'm not a baby and I don't go on swings and stuff?
You can tell him that yourself.
Cool. He was nice. Wow. Dad. So, it was a mistake?
Yep, you see, Sherry didn't tell me she was gonna have a baby.
Why not?
Well, I don't know, maybe she thought I'd be mad.
Are you?
No, when I heard about it, I went straight to the airport and they said, we don't have a plane to Denver tonight. And I said, well, you better find me one.
And what'd they find?
They found a 400-seater. I was the only one on it, except for the pilot. He called it the Kevin Special.
No way.
Honest. This okay?
Fine.
This is a Stegosaurus.
Yeah, what's this?
Brachiosaurus.
Right.
Mom, look.
Watch out, Kevin. Be careful.
They're plastic.
Kevin doesn't play with war toys.
Oh, give me a break.
Do you think that's funny?
No, I think it's very politically correct.
Why don't you and I have this conversation a little later? Kevin, let's go.
Kevin. Here. These are for you.
Sorry, Kevin. You can't accept them.
Why don't you let Kevin speak for himself?
Kevin, go inside.
I'm sorry, son. I wanted you to have a nice day.
I had a nice day.
Kevin, It's all right to say thank you.
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
A little irrational, don't you think? They're just toys.
There's no such thing as just. Everything you do, everything you say has an impact on a child.
So I've heard.
Well, don't you patronize me. You were way out of line. I can't just allow some stranger to show off and screw up his values.
If I'm a stranger to that boy, it's because you and your family conspired to make it that way. You deliberately hid him from me, and then when I tried to reach out, you made it your personal mission to interfere.
I wonder Sherry never told you that she was pregnant.
You know what? I'm gonna let the legal system decide how to deal with this.
Are you threatening me?
I don't threaten, lady. I'm gonna drag you through every court in this country. I'll prove you denied my right to be his father, and I'll get custody. Believe me, I'll get custody.
Come on, let's play.
So, what are you gonna do? Nothing. I called his room and he checked out. He'd go back to Sacramento. This is Mason's fad of the month. He'll get tired of wanting to play daddy and move on to something else.
You don't think he's serious?
No, I think he just wants to brag about his son with his friends at the racket club.
How do you know that?
Well, according to Fortune magazine, Mason Whitney is worth millions. Everything's about power and ego with those guys.
Excuse me. Christine Winslow?
That's right.
I need you to sign this, please.
Oh, what is it?
It's a court order, ma'am.
Walter Mason Whitney shall be entitled to no less than 2 unsupervised visits with Kevin William Winslow, pending full hearing on paternity and custody of above-mentioned child within 10 business days.
Custody?
What did I do?
I don't see why I have to go.
So you can give Mason a chance.
I already did.
And you had a good time.
But you were with me.
Do you think I'd let him take you? I didn't think he could take good care of you.
No.
Okay, then. Comb your hair.
I already did.
Did you have to get a court order?
Apparently so.
Well, he doesn't want to go.
He'll be fine.
You can't force him to love you. He doesn't want this.
He's never had it. How would he know? Hi, pal.
Hi.
Well, give me 5. You're gonna have a good time. Go on.
You like the Rockies, Kevin?
No kidding.
Walker's on his streak.
I know.
He'll be back before bedtime.
I don't have to be doing, Mom.
Just let me know.
Here.
You know, you don't have to give me presents every time. I mean, it can get expensive.
Oh.
Zoe's lucky, you know.
Why's that?
She has her mom and her dad right there.
Well, there are all kinds of families, Kevin.
I know, but isn't there anyone you want to marry?
Nobody that I love enough.
Maybe you're too picky.
Maybe. We're pretty terrific, aren't we?
Yeah. Night.
Good night. Love you.
Love you too.
Well, if you could have the same conversation, maybe it wouldn't have to be...
Can you just wait until we get back?
I haven't had them for Christmas in 3 years.
And the one time you did have them, Robbie came home with 103 degrees fever. Can you please
Please, Instructor Klein.
I am not his client. Not anymore. Not after this. How much you paying him?
I could get a restraining order. Would you like that?
They're my children. Damn you!
I am sorry. You must be Kevin. My, don't you look dapper.
It was Teddy's. He's bigger than me, so I get to keep it.
Lucky you. I've asked you all to come here today without your lawyers. I'm hoping we can resolve this quickly, without acrimony. Why don't you come in?
By myself?
Yeah, your mom and dad can wait right here. You and I have a lot to talk about.
Kevin means everything in the world to me.
I understand that.
You know, he was premature. Did you know he wasn't expected to live?
Yes.
6 surgeries in the first year. You didn't even want a healthy child. I can't imagine you'd have wanted a sick one.
Well, I can see I failed your character test even before I had a chance to take it. I love Sherry, but I was pushing my business. I didn't think I could give a family the time or attention that they deserved. But I want Kevin to understand that I'm here, whether he likes me or not. And if it takes him 20 years to adjust, he's gonna know he's got a father who gives a damn. Hold on a second. You know, from what I understand, before Kevin landed in your lap, you were no stranger to cell phones and beepers. And you never made a commitment to anybody. Yeah.
They'll be out in a minute, Kevin. So, you're each seeking custody?
Yes.
Well, there's usually 2 options in a case like this. I could give one of you the school year, the other vacations. Or I could rule in favor of 6 months here with you, Miss Winslow, and 6 months in California with you, sir.
That isn't acceptable at all. When Kevin shouldn't be uprooted and dragged back and forth.
No one's asked for Kevin to be dragged anywhere. I'm his father. His mother wanted him to be with me all the time. You can see for yourself in her letter.
I've read the letter, Mr. Whitney. You have a very strong case. Frankly, so does Miss Winslow. I'm trying to play Solomon here. Kevin isn't at all interested in split custody, and I'm inclined to agree with him. He knows exactly how he'd like to settle this.
He does?
He wants you to get married.
Married?
He went so far as to ask if I could throw you in jail, Mr. Whitney, if you refused.
You mean he actually thinks that we should live together?
Oh, he was quite clear. He said married.
Well, I hope you told him how ludicrous that was.
Trust me, Your Honor, ma'am, we're not really romantically involved.
I am aware of that, Mr. Whitney. But it wasn't so long ago that men and women took a common sense approach to marriage. It was a legal and spiritual friendship. Couples didn't feel they had to be Romeo and Juliet. Just 2 people committed to making a secure life for each other and their children.
Well, we've come a long way since then.
Oh, we certainly have. Nowadays, you people are running to the altar with stars in your eyes, expecting violins for the rest of your lives. And when the music stops, you turn on each other. My God, do you turn on each other? I cannot order you to do such a thing. But at least you'd have realistic expectations. You could give a nice little boy a happy home. Marriage isn't based on a lot less than that.
We don't even live in the same city.
I mentioned that. He seems to think his mother's freelance advertising business wouldn't suffer from being in Sacramento. He mentioned the internet, email, fax machine.
I guess I just don't think this is funny.
Your Honor, I would give up my life for Kevin. But this is completely ridiculous.
And I would give up every cent I've ever made for him. But she's right.
Well, if you'd give up your life and you'd give up your fortune, what's so hard about getting married? Look, folks, I'm doing court in about 2 minutes. I think you should give Kevin's notion some serious consideration. He sees this as the best of all possible worlds. And I'm going to be making my decision before we leave this room today. One of you could end up a very big loser.
But she's not going to go for joint custody.
I know.
And I mean, even living together, even then.
I wouldn't do that. That would be like lying and send him all the wrong messages.
Oh, please, spare me the family values.
Well, this whole thing's absurd.
Thanks a lot.
You're not so sure you're going to win this, are you?
Oh, I'll appeal till I do. You're not so sure you're going to win either, are you?
Well, match you. Appeal for appeal.
Good, then I'll meet you in court.
Fine.
Fine.
I don't know. You think we could live under one roof if we had separate quarters? I mean, you know, maybe we could make, you know, some kind of arrangement. Or...
We couldn't even make it through one afternoon in the park.
Yeah, you're right, yeah. Forget that. I mean, the trick is to come up with something very clear in the beginning, you know, so we know what to expect from each other, like the judge said.
You're not seriously considering...
Oh, no, of course not. But you got to admit, it is logical. I mean, my house is big. You could have complete privacy. A suite, really. There's a sitting room, a bedroom, an office. And we never have to see each other. And there's a great room for Kevin in the yard. It's wonderful. This way nobody loses.
I'd never take your money.
No, I'd only help with Kevin.
Help, that's the operative word.
Absolutely, help.
And I'd want a prenuptial agreement.
Why? You don't have anything?
I'd want to be sure that you didn't think that I want anything either.
Oh.
I suppose it would be best for him, and that's the bottom line, isn't it?
Hmm? Yep.
If we could make this work, he'd have a real family.
And if we couldn't make it work, who could? We're both professionals. We're highly motivated. We're successful negotiators. And like the judge said, for Kevin, hey, it's the best of all worlds.
I just don't know if I could do this.
Are you out of your mind?
I hope not.
You can't make a decision like this in 5 minutes.
It wasn't 5 minutes. It was more like 20. What if he won't go through with it?
Then that would mean he has a little more sense than you do.
Mother, you're just making things worse. You think I know if I'm doing the right thing? Well, I don't. So why can't you be more supportive?
Oh, my God. What's going on?
I'm getting married.
What?
You heard me. And don't try to change my mind.
To him?
Yes.
My God. That's what I said. But you're not in love with him.
Well, that has nothing to do with it. How do I look?
You look like you could be making the biggest mistake of your life.
Thanks a lot. Well, are you coming?
May I have the ring, please? With the power vested in me by the state of Colorado, I now pronounce you husband and wife and child. Believe me when I say I think you're doing the right thing.
Thank you.
Good idea, Kevin.
Yeah, it is.
Now, you may kiss the bride.
Marriage of convenience. Who are you, the Tsar of Russia?
I know it sounds weird.
Weird. No, weird is not the word that comes to mind. I mean, one minute you're going to steamroll her with the legal system, and the next you're married to her.
Well, it's not going to change anything. I mean, you and I have an adult relationship. And Chris and I have agreed we can date as long as we don't bring anybody home.
Mason, do you have any idea how outlandish this sounds?
No, I guess it does, but...
I mean, could you not have just moved in together?
Well, that wasn't the honest thing to do. I think being married matters to kids.
Right. Then let me get this straight. You and I are supposed to continue to date while everyone knows that you have a wife and child at home.
You never talked about being married. You like your independence. I'm not sure I understand why you're so upset. I travel, you travel,
We play by your rules. We always have.
Well, I'm sorry, Elizabeth.
We have the Ascot Ball coming up.
Yeah.
We're still on the invitations as co-chairs, and everyone expects us to be there together. After that, I don't want to see you again, unless it's in a big crowd, in broad daylight. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Did they let you ride your bike here?
Sure.
Hey, Mom, there's the moving truck. They're here before us. It's a castle. I didn't know my dad was so rich. I mean, it's too big.
Hey, you have all your own things. I'll make your room just the way you want it. Exactly like at home.
Hello. You made good time. Hey, Kevin, I'm Will.
Hi.
Come on in. Like they say, home sweet home. Please take the bags to the rooms, please.
So I lied. It's not exactly like home.
You made it.
Hey, Dad.
How was the trip?
Oh, it's fine.
Will, why don't you take Kevin outside to meet Twister?
Who's Twister?
You'll see.
Come on.
Oh, wow, a pony.
I brought you something, too.
What for?
Well, just to say welcome, I guess. So, Ojibwe.
I know.
The store said it was an authentic reproduction. Isn't that an oxymoron?
Still, it's very thoughtful of you.
Yeah, well, that's me.
Listen, about the pony...
Yeah, he loves it, doesn't he? I filled out an application to Silver Oaks. I don't think there'd be a problem for him to get in.
Kevin doesn't go to a private school.
Well, I know, but not in Denver. It's different here. It's overcrowded, understaffed.
No.
We don't have a choice in this city.
I have a choice. He stays in public school. I volunteer, you volunteer. That way, his class won't be so understaffed. The reason the schools are in such bad shape is because parents like us take our kids out. I won't do it.
It's charming. This is about Kevin's education, and you're busy saving the damn school system. We'll discuss this later.
Oh, he will? I don't think so.
I'm going to Taiwan on the 20th. Maybe we can have a rational conversation when I get back.
I presume you'll stay in touch while you're in Taiwan. I mean, if you're to be a real part of his life, he'll need more than a few hours with you a week.
Give me a little credit.
I did, but I didn't think I needed to tell you not to buy him a pony. Kevin is not spoiled. He does chores, he saves up for special things, and I want it to stay that way.
Maybe I ought to go upstairs and come back down again.
Not a bad idea.
Hey, good morning. You find everything?
We did, thank you.
Yeah, one thing, though.
Your mom doesn't let you have sugar cereal.
How'd you know that?
Just a lucky guess. Hey, what would you like to do today? I'm not going into the office till after lunch. Do anything you want to do in Sacramento. Anything you want. What do you say?
I say rollerblading.
What?
Kevin, your father doesn't know how to rollerblade.
No, I can do it. I'm a quick study.
Can Mom come too? She's a great rollerblader.
Yeah, sure.
I think he'd prefer to have a guy's day.
No, you wouldn't.
No, it's cool.
Or just for an hour.
Whoa.
Are we having fun yet?
Oh, you're not buckled up right. Have you ever skated?
Skated? Yeah, back in '68.
You have your wrist guards on the wrong way around.
Hmm? Oh. Thanks.
You're a good sport, Mason. I'll give you that. But I'll deny it if you ever tell anyone I complimented you.
I wouldn't dare.
Let's get you up. Nice and easy. Easy. And get your balance. Push off with your back foot. Lean forward. That's it. Keep going.
Hey, Dad!
Hey!
Like this!
Oh, I get it.
Kevin, stay where I can see you.
Well, you go ahead. I'll catch up.
You sure?
Enjoy yourself. I am. You know what?
What?
I'm really glad you're here.
Me too. Aren't you, Mom?
Aren't I what?
Glad we're here.
I am if you are.
Night, buddy.
Yeah, I like it when you call me that too, buddy. He made me floss. Didn't tell him I hate to. Good for you.
He's a great kid.
I think so.
You've done a terrific job.
Thank you.
I only hope I don't screw it up.
Hey, you got him to floss. It's more than I could do.
You want to watch a movie sometime? I mean, after he's in bed? I got a lot of tapes.
I don't know.
Yeah, probably a bad idea.
Well, I didn't say that.
Yeah, but you're probably thinking it. And you're probably right.
Tell Murray I expect to have the copy to him by Friday. I'll load him the specs and overnight the elements. There won't be any lag time. Oh, tell him not to have such long lunches. I'll speak to you later.
Oh, my God.
Hi, Grandma.
Oh, hi, sweetheart. Here, give me a hug. How are you?
Good.
Wow, this is amazing. Are you having fun?
Yeah. Robbie! Hey, Kev, I want to show my dad your gerbil. Yeah, sure. That one's Oscar. Guess what the other one's name is?
Couldn't be Felix.
No, it's Meyer. I get it.
I get it.
Oscar Meyer.
Uh-huh.
You gotta go. See you inside.
Well, you gotta go, buddy.
Don't kiss me, okay?
I wouldn't do that. So 5 me. All right, you have a good day, huh?
See ya.
See ya.
So far, 200 have sent checks and reservations, and another 40 have just sent checks.
All I know is the hotel needs a final figure a couple of days before.
So maybe we ought to start doing phone follow-ups tomorrow instead of Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I almost forgot. Jerry Irwin from Silver Oaks called, and they were trying to feel out how much they could rely on from you this year.
Maybe nothing.
Why not?
Well, Kevin's not going to Silver Oaks.
But it's the best school in the city.
Yeah, well, Kevin's a different kind of kid. Chris thinks that he'll never be into cotillion and field hockey or whatever the hell they do there.
She doesn't. So, what's the alternative?
Public school?
You're really getting off on this, aren't you?
Maybe.
I miss you. You know, I've thought a lot about what you said, and I think I would like to try this dating thing for a while. No reason you can't stay over every so often.
I wouldn't do that, Elizabeth. Listen, it's one thing when I have to go away on business. It's another for Kevin to ask me where I've been when I can't tell him the truth.
You know, I plan to dazzle you with fancy footwork at the ball. And more.
Hi, it's Chris.
Hi. Come on in.
Mozart?
Yeah, it keeps me centered.
You have to eat. It wasn't so bad. Sometimes I even amaze myself.
Oh, and modest too, huh? Thanks.
It is a little strange eating dinner downstairs, knowing that you're up here all by yourself. Is that a problem for you?
Well, I wasn't going to say anything, but it does feel a little awkward. I was wondering if you'd mind if Kevin came up here to eat with me once in a while.
Well, I bet he'd prefer it if you came downstairs with us.
I think that feels just a little too hubby-wifey, don't you? Kind of like watching a movie together.
Touché. Well, have a nice trip.
Thanks. Oh, Chris. I'm gonna call him from Taiwan every day. Thanks.
So when are you coming back?
Oh, next Saturday. But you save Sunday for me, will you?
Okay. Maybe you and me and Mom can go to the movies or something.
The movies? Yeah, maybe.
What's an ascot ball?
Ascot ball? Well, it's a very big party with dancing.
Like in Cinderella?
Yeah, but there's not a lot of princes hanging out. I gotta run, pal. I'll call you tomorrow, okay?
Almost bedtime.
Want to read Jumanji again?
That sounds good. What's this?
Your invitation to the ball Saturday night.
Where'd you get this?
From Dad. It's for you. I'll go get Jumanji.
Mason would be mortified if he knew you were going to show up in a used gown.
They're not used. They're previously driven.
Christine, this is not a joke.
Look, I haven't bought an evening gown since Reagan was in the White House. This is what I can afford.
Passable. But just barely.
I know.
Something with a little more
panache, you're right.
Chris, you do want to go, don't you?
Yes, very much.
Wow, you look beautiful.
Thanks. Well, if your dad doesn't come pretty soon, I may have to go to the party with you.
Hello? Oh, yes, Mason. Of course she's here. She's dressing.
Well, don't bother her. My plane was late. I'm going straight to the hotel.
All right, I'll tell her.
Thanks.
Mason, have a lovely evening.
I will. Good night.
Good night. Chris? Mason called. His plane just got in. He's going right to the ball. You'll have to meet him there.
Oh, finally. I was beginning to wonder.
Oh, you look so beautiful.
Really?
I already told her. She doesn't believe me either.
Good evening.
Can you direct me to the ballroom?
Second level. But the Ascot Ball is there this evening.
I know.
May I help you?
I'm meeting my husband.
May I see your invitation?
Oh, I didn't bring it.
Perhaps you have the wrong hotel or the wrong room. May I have your name?
Whitney. Mason Whitney.
Are you Miss Fenwick?
No, I'm Mrs. Whitney. Excuse me, I'll find him myself.
Boy, I don't know who that is, but I've been dying to turn up at this wake dressed like that for years.
A woman with a death wish. Chris?
What?
It's Chris.
Can't.
It is. Excuse me. I wonder if she's in her
She's in private. Some dress code you forgot to mention. Ask it, My Fair Lady. Oh, I get it now, but it's a little late.
What are you doing here?
What do you mean?
Well, it's not a complex question.
Kevin gave me the invitation. He said it was from you.
You what?
Well, after you left for Taiwan.
Oh, well, hi.
Hi. Christine. I'm Elizabeth.
Another glass.
I've been hoping to meet you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Kevin apparently gave. He must have.
Hurry up. I might catch you before she loses your glass slipper.
By the way.
Would you get my car, please?
Right away.
Chris? I'm sorry. That was unconscionably rude of me.
No, it's not your fault.
I think Kevin is determined to get us together.
No, you wouldn't do it on purpose.
Oh, yes, he would.
You think he... I wondered why you never asked me before you left.
Our son has very good instincts. Because, I'd like it very much if you'd stay.
Please don't be gallant.
I'm not. I'm being honest.
The lady in red.
The lady in red is very beautiful. She is also my wife. this mean you'll teach me how to rollerblade? Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
But I gotta go,
Go ahead.
meet me at the door. Don't get lost now. Hi.
Hi.
I,
Don't say anything. I saw you dancing. It's okay.
it's not okay.
Mason, we've tried this for a long time. It's never been right for you.
You're being very noble.
Well, but it's always been a long shot. Go take your wife home. She's a knockout.
You want a drink?
Mason,
My shirt. It fits.
it does. It all does. I'm not a substitute for Sherry, am I?
I loved her. But I shied away from commitment all my life.
Me too, until Kevin.
No way this is a romantic interlude. It's way past that.
I'm willing.
To love me?
I already do. But my life isn't charity balls and chauffeured limousines.
Well, you gotta give the Porsche a try.
And you?
I think I fell for you way back when you vetoed the plastic sword. You were so serious. I'm willing to, Chris. I want you to be my wife.
Because?
Because I love you very much.
2 miles.
2 miles.
There's a local saying that if a young boy makes it to the Church of the Elders, he'll return someday with the one he loves.